I love sleepovers. They're the best, especially when you can have a LAN party. Everyone was bringing their Xboxes, and Fortnite just launched the Reboot van. Now if we died, we could revive each other. It was going to be a great night. My parents went to bed early and they slept upstairs. We were given the whole first floor to ourselves. I set up in the living room. One of my friends set up in the computer room. The other, Jake, set up in the den. My final friend decided to also set up in the computer room since there wasn't any more rooms on the first floor. After getting some snacks and getting all the Xboxes hooked up to the internet and also the updates, we were ready to play some Fortnite. A storm was coming and it was supposed to be pretty bad. That's why one of my friends was sleeping over, because his parents were out of town and they didn't want him alone in case the storm got out of hand. My parents let me invite my other two friends for a complete LAN experience. After a few games, the storm rolled in. It was pretty intense. There was a huge burst of light, followed by a loud sound of thunder. Then, the power cut out while we were in mid-game. We were mad. We were doing so well too. The power came back on about a minute later, and our surprise, even though we lost power, we were still in the game. We were all AFK, however, and the storm in the game had covered us. Luckily, we had a launch pad set aside, and we were able to get into the new circle. When we made it to the new circle, there was a team camping it out, waiting for us. They attacked us. We fought back. My one friend Jake, who was in the den, was killed and was thirsted immediately. Me and my other two friends were able to hold our own, and we defeated that squad. We recovered Jake's stuff so that we could take him to the Reboot van and revive him. We were in the mountains near Shifty Shavs, so we decided to take him to the Reboot van there. At this point, Jake isn't talking. We assumed he's irked that he was the only one who died. When we made it to the Reboot van, it wasn't the usual one. This one was red. The noise it made was ominous and in a lower tone. The tires looked like they were made out of bone. It looked like something you would see in a post-apocalyptic world, but not in Fortnite. I made my way to the van and I started the process to respawn him. It took longer than usual. When the respawn was complete, the van didn't make a honking noise. It made a sound and it said something. It all happened so fast that none of us heard it or expected to hear it. When he came back, he never talked to us. We played out the whole game and we ended up in second place. All three of us went down and Jake was the only one left. Jake seemed like he wanted us to lose because he didn't do anything. After the game, I went to the kitchen to grab a snack. I wasn't going to say anything to Jake because, well, I was mad at him. My other two friends came into the kitchen from the computer room. The computer room and the den were connected. They told me they could see that Jake was acting odd. He wasn't moving, and it was as if he was frozen in place. All three of us make our way to the den for a closer look. We see Jake frozen, sitting down, and just staring at the TV. "Jake," we said. No answer. "Jake!" No answer still. I decide to shake him lightly to get his attention. When I shake him, he immediately turns around and he lets out this scream. He puts his hands on my throat and proceeds to choke me. We see his eyes. He has no pupils. They're just pure white. My two friends try to restrain him, but he's so strong he's able to take out all three of us at once. Once he beats my two friends to the ground, he proceeds to choke me yet again. He keeps on mumbling something under his breath, almost as if he's in a trance of some sort. I'm about to lose consciousness. I see my dad rush down the stairs and he tackles Jake. He holds him down, and after a few moments, we see his pupils roll back from the inside of his head. He asks us what happened. He has no memory of the last few hours. we decided not to tell his parents or anything. If you see a respawn van and it isn't the usual one, don't revive your teammate. They won't come back the same.